So we've gotten access to this absolutely fascinating digital archive. It's just packed with blueprints, forgotten physics papers, and some pretty wild cosmic theories. And they're all chasing this one single revolutionary idea, a world powered by limitless, free energy. Let's dive in and see what's inside. We really have to start with this quote from Nikola Tesla. It's more than just a prediction, right? It's like a mission statement that's been echoing for over a century, inspiring everyone from backyard tinkerers to rogue physicists to try and plug our world directly into the wheelwork of nature. All right, so our first stop, it's not some gleaming high-tech lab. Nope, we're heading straight into the garages and workshops of do-it-yourself inventors. These are the people who took these huge grand theories and actually tried to build them with their own two hands, creating blueprints for machines they believed would change everything. And when I say blueprints, I mean these documents get incredibly detailed. We're talking pages and pages of dense text, just like this one, all laying out the plans for something called the fuelless engine. And the claim? Well, it's a machine that supposedly puts out way more energy than it takes in, powered by this strange mix of gravity, inertia, and some high voltage electronics. And honestly, the parts list for this machine just perfectly captures the spirit of these projects. It's this amazing mix of, serious industrial components, ball bearings, spark plugs, right next to stuff you could find at any hardware store. But the best part, by far, a clear plastic makeup container specifically from a local Kmart. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. It's the ultimate expression of backyard innovation. But as you dig deeper, you start to feel this darker undercurrent running through these documents. It's this recurring theme of suppressed technology. This warning, and we pulled this directly from the plans, suggests that building this device isn't just an engineering puzzle. It's actually a dangerous act of rebellion against these powerful, unnamed forces. And the warnings don't stop there. Another set of plans ends with this final, stark sentence. There's no ambiguity, no conspiracy theory, just this powerful reminder that these inventors saw their work as both revolutionary and, well, pretty perilous. All the responsibility and all the risk is on you. Okay, so we've seen the blueprints, right? The engines, the wild parts lists, but that leaves this huge question hanging in the air. How is any of this actually supposed to work? What's the science behind it? Well, to answer that, we've got to leave the workshop and dive into some seriously radical physics. And that brings us to our second section. The documents here aren't blueprints. They're these dense academic papers. This is the work of a group of outsider scientists who are trying to build an entirely new foundation for physics, one that could finally explain where all this so-called free energy was coming from. Just take a look at this page from a physicist named Harold Aspend. This is clearly not a weekend project. This is a deep, complex dive into particle physics, and it's just filled with equations that challenge the very core of modern theory. These thinkers weren't just tinkering. They were trying to rewrite the rules of the universe, starting from square one. And just like the backyard inventors, these theorists often felt like they were fighting a system that was designed to shut them out. You can just feel the frustration in Aspend's words here. He's arguing that radical new ideas aren't met with debate, but with what he calls this silent but effective weapon of just being ignored. Now, at the very heart of this new physics is the revival of an old, discarded idea, the ether. The core concept here is that space isn't empty. It's a vibrant, energetic medium that you can interact with. The documents call it a creative source, the fundamental wellspring from which all energy and maybe even matter itself can emerge. The ambition here is just staggering. I mean, according to these papers, understanding the ether isn't just about building a better engine. It's about unlocking the biggest mysteries in all of science, unifying gravity with electromagnetism, and explaining the very origin of matter. It's nothing less than a theory of everything. So, if this aether is the theoretical source, then what's the ultimate power plant? Well, this next set of documents connects the backyard machines and the fringe physics to the biggest source imaginable, the cosmos itself. This slide really gets to the heart of the divide. On one side, you have the conventional view, a universe with a finite amount of energy, born from a big bang. But the view in these documents is completely different. It paints a picture of a self-sustaining cosmos, a limitless reservoir of energy, where empty space is actually a seething ether, just constantly alive with potential. This cosmic energy often goes by another name, zero-point energy, or ZPE. The core idea, which actually has roots in quantum physics, is that even at absolute zero, space is never truly empty or still. It's filled with this background hum, a fundamental quantum jiggle that permeates absolutely everything. And the amount of energy we're talking about here is, well, it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. According to the calculations cited in these documents, the energy density of this empty space is 10 to the 94th grams per cubic centimeter. Now, to put that in perspective, that's more energy packed into a single coffee cup than there is in all the stars and galaxies in the entire known universe. Just let that sink in for a second. And, this idea of tapping into a universal energy field, it's not new at all. It echoes all across history and culture. It's seen as the modern name for what Tesla called radiant energy. It's the same force T.H. Moore claimed to tap into back in the 1920s. It even mirrors ancient Vedic concepts like Akasha and Prana, a universal ether and a cosmic life force. So we've seen the blueprints, the heretical physics, the cosmic theories. After this whole journey through the archive, what does it all really mean? What is this never-ending quest really all about? From the inventors sourcing parts at Kmart to the physicists filling pages with equations, they're all part of the same human story. It's this deep, enduring search for a hidden key, a secret lever that could unlock a totally new understanding of our universe and our place in it. So, what do we make of all this? Is it the work of suppressed geniuses, the detailed follies of persistent dreamers, or is it something else entirely? These documents don't really provide a final answer. They only prove that the quest to plug into the wheelwork of nature is as powerful and as persistent as ever.